Am I audible? Hello. Good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, madam. You are audible.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. Sonali Mahapare, Head Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, and I extend a warm welcome to you all for Day 8 of the National Webinar Series on Regulatory Affairs. This webinar is organized by IQAC of Dr. D.Y. Patil College of Pharmacy in collaboration with Association of Pharmaceutical Teachers of India APTI. I would like to extend a warm welcome to our principal and convener Dr. N.S. Vevare sir and our co-convener Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary ma'am of this webinar series. And I express my sincere gratitude for their guidance, visionary outlook, and continuous support in making this series a great success. I would like to take a moment to express my sincere gratitude to the organizing team for their efforts in conducting this webinar series. I hope you all have been enjoying this session so far and finding them insightful and engaging. Before we begin this session, I would like to share a few instructions to all participants. All participants are requested to keep themselves mute throughout the session. Submission of the feedback form and completion of the quiz is mandatory to receive their certificate. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat box. We will address them during question answer session at the end. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Mrs. Reshma Kulkarni. She is an accomplished regulatory affairs professional with over a decade of experience in pharmaceutical regulatory compliance, dossier preparation, and global regulatory submissions. She currently serves as Assistant Manager Regulatory Affairs at JVG Pharma Consultants Pune. In her current role, she is actively involved in the preparation and review of ECTD, CTD for finished pharmaceutical products and API. She has extensive expertise in complying and reviewing US drug master files, certificate of suitability applications, Health Canada drug master files, and Module 3 documentation for regulatory submissions. She is also well deserved in USFDA post approval submission. Prior to her current position, she worked as Executive Regulatory Affairs at JVEG Pharma Consultants for several years. She gained extensive exposure to regulatory submissions across multiple dosage forms, including tablet, capsule, injections, inhalers, gels, and ointments. She has worked with Concept Pharmaceutical Limited, contributing to dossier compilation, validation documentation, and regulatory coordination activities. She is currently pursuing an online certification course in US Drug Regulatory Affairs, further strengthening her expertise in global regulatory practices. With her research experience in regulatory affairs, technical documentation, compliance management, and international submissions, she brings a wealth of practical knowledge and industry insights to today's session. Please join me in welcoming Mrs. Reshma Kulkarni for today's session. Over to you, ma'am. We are excited to learn from your valuable insights. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my uh, little share my little participation in your efforts to enrich the students with industrial knowledge. And I wish you all the very best for further sessions as well. So we can start with actually I have seen the completed sessions as and I think everyone has the basic clearance the what is regulatory affairs.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
Yes. Is everyone aware of what is regulatory affairs?
Yes, ma'am. Most of the students are join here. Uh, they know about that regulatory affairs.
Response. Actually, before going to the main topic of today's presentation, I need to know that everyone is aware of what is regulatory affairs, what are the dossiers, what is DMF, what are the submissions as well. So that's why I am asking that is anybody having any issue about the clearing the concept of regulatory affairs? Okay. Okay, let's start with today's session. I will share the presentation. Hello. What first of all we will see what is NDA or ANDA. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Audible.
Okay, okay. Okay.
You can start, ma'am.
Yes, okay. I'm having problem. One second. So first of all, we will see what is NDA, or what are the generic drugs or firstly approved drugs. So ANDA is the application which is filed for the fully developed new pharmaceutical product to US FDA. So if I am developing a product or first of all an entity, I can file NDA. But in this filing, I should submit full data with clinical studies. So what does it contain? It is a dossier in ECTD format, compiled in ECTD format, submitted electronically, and it should contain full CMC data. CMC means chemistry, manufacturing, and testing and control. That is, you should start with basic molecule to the finished product regarding manufacturing and testing, etc., etc. All the data should be submitted in ANDA. Then non-clinical studies, whether you are firstly developed API or drug, is what are the effects, proposed indication or effects on animal studies. Then you should go to clinical studies, that are those are phase 1 to 4 studies. And then you should establish efficacy, safety and efficacy data, and other labeling information you should that is labeling information means package insert, artworks, labels, and cartons. I think every student knows this labeling about the labeling information. So all this data should be submitted in an NDA, that is new drug application, and its regulatory basis is US FDA guidance under 21 CFR section 505B of FDNC Act. Then the examples who can file this NDA for it can be filed for new chemical entities, then new dosage form, and for new indications. If any tablet or capsule dosage form is available in market, and for the same you are developing new dosage form, that is injection or any other, you can file NDA against for the same product. Then next is ANDA. What is ANDA? It is a abbreviated new drug application generally filed for generic drug product. In this, you should establish. You should not submit. You need not to submit the full clinical studies or full development data. It is the generic drug is developed against the previously approved NDA product, which is marketed in the which is available in the US market. So basically it also contains the similar data in the dossier, that is full CMC data about your generic drug product, then bioequivalence data, then stability data of your generic product, then labeling which is in comparison with reference listed drug. The approved NDA product is generally called as reference listed drug. So it is first time established in market. That is why it is called as reference listed drug, and it is considered as a standard for developing other generic products for the same API or same dosage form. Then it does not require repeating extensive clinical efficacy studies which are already submitted for the previously approved NDA application for the same product. You know, and because of that, you should only submit the bioequivalence data. Many of us, many of you should be aware of the comparative dissolution studies, or bioequivalence means you should establish the equivalence of clinical studies in vitro or in vivo studies with in comparison with reference listed drug, and its regulatory basis is also under US FDA guidance section 505J of FDNC Act. Then is everybody able to see the slides?
Yes, ma'am. First slide is, you can see first slide.
Only for slide. Okay.
Yes. Ma'am, you can make in presentation mode.
Presentation. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. You can see slides.
You can see the
Yes, yes.
post approval routes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now, hello.
Yes,
Yes,
madam. No slide is visible, madam. Post approval routes. This slide is
Okay. Okay. So, what are the post-approval routes? Basically, before heading to the post-approval submissions or life cycle management, Once your NDA or ANDA is approved, uh, the life cycle starts immediately when approval you get an approval. So next we can see this product life cycle. Pharmaceutical product life cycle is starts from research and development. Then it's for US market only I'm talking research and development. Then NDA or NDA submission. Once you get the FDA approval, you can go to the commercial manufacturing upon approval. Then you should file post approval changes annually, which are according to the US FDA guidance. And then you should be monitoring the continuous improvement in your product till the product discontinuation. So this is the product life cycle. Is everybody able to see this flowchart?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So is this clear till now?
Madam, post approval route is slide is visible. Flow chart is not visible. That slide is not visible.
एक now
No, madam. The same slide is there.
Yes, madam. Visible now.
okay. Is this clear?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
research and development, then NDA or ANDA submission, then FDA approval, commercial manufacturing, post approval changes, continuous improvement, and product discontinuation. It ends. It starts from like our life journey starts from birth to our death. This product life cycle is also starts from its research and development, that is its birth till its discontinuation in the market. Then we can move to the post approval submissions, which are filed for ANDA application, generally both for NDA or ANDA applications. First is this is the regulatory hierarchy for post approval submissions. First is filed for major changes. Those are called, this submission is called as prior approval required or prior approval supplement. Then second one is CB30 or CB0, that is changes being effective in 30 days, or changes being effective in 0 days or immediate. So these are applications are filed for moderate changes. And third one is annual report, which is mandatory to be filed annually every year for the product, to maintain the product life cycle or maintain your product in the market. So if you are unable to file annual report on the due date or due year, the product may get any query or discontinue in the market. So it is mandatory to file the annual report for every NDA or NDA product. The submission is generally filed in ECTD dossiers from applicable with applicable modules, module 1 to 5. So these submissions are done electronically, that is in ECTD format. First is a prior approval supplement. It is generally called as PASS. When it applies when your approved application or approved product have some changes. uh, for example, new manufacturing sites, or major process changes, or API supplier that is switched from one to other. So it can significantly affect the product quality. So the major changes are those which can affect the product quality, safety, and efficacy majorly. For these changes to be filed in the past application. So first you need to file about the changes in the dossier, and then you, after only you get the approval from FDA, you can make the changes or you can implement the changes. So FDA assessment will be a full scientific review. Then product, yeah, this product cannot be distributed until the FDA grants the written approval. You get the FDA grant in acknowledgement letter or approval letter form. So until you get this approval, you cannot distribute your product in US market. For the timeline for this filing is to complete this filing is 9 to 18 months for review, and it should be planned well ahead to avoid the supply disruptions, because much of efforts have been done to make these changes. So you should it should be fully reviewed and fully you should get a smooth approval. Then next is CB30 or CB0. These both are filed for moderate changes. So, what are the examples of moderate changes that are addition of any alternate manufacturing or testing site, uh, the change in a specification according to your current revision, or any labeling revision. So these are moderate changes which are not which do not require pre-approval from US FDA, and uh, uh, it can be filed in both form. For some changes, it should be filed in CB30 application, that is changes being effective in 30 days. This is a 30-day clock application. When you file the application for a change, you should wait for 30 days until you get a response from FDA. When you get no objection or any response from FDA in within 30 days, you can implement the said changes. And if you get any response, resolve you should resolve the same, and then uh, go for implementation. So for moderate changes, these should be warranted to US FDA, but don't require pre-approval. The supplement is submitted, and implementation may proceed 30 calendar days after FDA receipt, unless an agency raises an objection. So common uses for commonly it is used for manufacturing site updates, specification tightening, or labeling revisions. uh, for ANDA, as we know, the labeling data should be in comparison with the data for reference listed drug. So, if there is any update in reference listed drug in US market for labeling, if there is any labeling change, you should implement the same change in your ANDA product. So these changes can be filed depending upon its severeness. It can be filed in CB30 or CB0. So the key risk is, if FDA objects within 30 days, the distribution uh, should be halted immediately. Then next is CB0, changes being effected immediately. What are these? What are the? These are the moderate changes, but it can be implemented. It can be implemented immediately. So the supplement is submitted to FDA at the same time the change is distributed in commerce, that are for commercial scale. So there is no waiting period required. This pathway demands robust internal quality systems, thorough validation data, and strong. Though these are filed for moderate changes and implemented with no waiting period, the company or manufacturing site or any testing site, whichever organization is involved in the product life cycle, uh, the organization should maintain its internal quality system with robust documentation and other required other compliances. So thorough validation data and stock, which is related to the submission, you should maintain the thorough validation data, strong scientific justification to withstand the FDA scrutiny during inspection. So CB0 is appropriate when the change is unlikely to have the adverse effect on product quality, but documentation should be appropriate. Then we can go to the life cycle report. What are the life cycle report? Means throughout the product life cycle, as we have seen earlier, the annually a report is submitted to US FDA. So this is called as annual report, which is submitted to US FDA for every product which whatever it is, FDA or ANDA. So what are the annual reports? These are submitted for minor changes, like any specification or any standard testing procedure or any regularly any document, quality document, which is SOP or any SOP, which is regularly updated on a specific time period, or 2 years or 3 years. These updations should be related to the product, should be submitted to US FDA, but it is not majorly impacting the product quality, so it is filed in under minor changes under annual report submission. So the annual report is the administrative backbone of post approval compliance, a periodic summary of, you can judge as the submission is electronic, you can judge the FDA can judge the submissions from your first sequence. Electronically, the submission is done in sequences, 0001 to next number. So basically, Tetra Zero is the original submission. Tetra Zero 0000, it is a folder which is submitted to uh, uh, which contains the application, the original application. When you get the approval, the submissions can be seen, the submissions can be seen on their system from Tetra Zero to the submissions done till now. So this is called as product life cycle, and the periodic summary of low risk CMC changes should be submitted in annual report. So the changes and this summary should be submitted uh, within the 60 days of ANDA holders fiscal and year. Fiscal means like we can say it as a financial year, or it is like a financial year. Fiscal year means when an NDA holder gets the approval for its product, the fiscal year starts from that date, and next year annual report should be done within 60 days of the that date. So what does the annual report covers? The minor specification changes, editorial label updates, and non-critical manufacturing refinements. So its efficiency tool or advantage is that it reduces administrative burden on both FDA and industry by consolidating the low risk changes. Because for every a change, you cannot file.
हॅलो मॅडम. हॅलो मॅडम. स्लाईड स्लाईड चेंज करावी लागेल.
चेंज करावी लागेल.
हो, तुमची तीच चालू आहे, फार्मास्युटिकल प्रॉडक्ट लाईफ सायकल.
एक मिनिट हा. दिसते?
नाही. हां, येस मॅम. नाव विजिबल.
आता
येस मॅम.
नेक्स्ट
विजिबल
प्रायर
आहे.
अप्रूवल सप्लिमेंट.
नो मॅडम, CB30 CB0. Yes, prior approval supplement.
ओके. मग हे आतापर्यंत झालेलं समजलंय का?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
ओके ओके. Is there
Oh, madam.
zero?
Yes, yes. Moderate change.
Moderate change.
CB 0. Life cycle reports, madam.
Annual report?
Life cycle report.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, annual report.
Okay. I think this should be clear to all about the annual reports.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, so there should be a strategic decision-making matrix for choosing or classifying your risk change or change into a risk. So, the risk-based classification or scientific decision should be done, and the risk can be classified as high risk, moderate risk, or low risk. High risk changes should be submitted in past application prior approval supplement to US FDA, which require 9 to 18 months of timeline. Then moderate risk or moderate changes can be filed in CB30 or CB0, depending on the uh, depending on the severity of change. Then low risk changes should be submitted in an annual report. So change documentation is for every data or every document in an organization, in pharmaceutical organization or a company or manufacturing site or testing site. Every document should be kept in a proper record. So risk assessment, document rationale, validation data, and affected specifications for every change. Uh, this is the rationale for the documentation, controlling the documentation. There is a system called change control in a pharmaceutical industry or deviations that should be documented and recorded every time. So use the controlled change control records and link to corresponding regulatory submissions. You should file these change control references in this CB0, CB30 or past submissions, and this ensures the traceability for audits and inspections. Then is this visible? Record keeping and stability.
Madam, change documentation.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, visible.
Okay. And during the product life cycle, many activities are done at the site. That is dispensing, production, then packaging, then testing, its stability studies. All of these studies or activities should be recorded in a proper manner in a documentation. So for manufacturing, these are called as batch records or batch manufacturing record or batch packing record. Then stability study reports, stability data reports. So you should the company or organization should maintain these batch records, stability data, and retention samples, that are also called as control samples as per regulations and product life cycle. So FDA compliant facility can only as FDA compliant facility can only file these applications, NDA or ANDA applications. FDA compliant means US FDA approves the facility to manufacture the product which can be marketed in US. So this facility should maintain these documentations. So there should be no any objection during the inspection of from FDA. Then perform ongoing stability monitoring as in annual reports or as in product life cycle. You should maintain, you are committed to study or maintain the stability of product uh, during the during the commercial phase or submission phase. So you should perform ongoing stability monitoring and update labels if shelf life or storage conditions can be changed. Ensure You should ensure the records that support all regulatory submissions and annual reports. Conclusions. Effective ANDA lifecycle management requires selecting the correct submission route, robust change documentation, and rigorous record keeping. So, then adopt a proactive risk-based change control, timely submissions, and comprehensive annual reporting to minimize the regulatory delays and ensure product compliance. This is the conclusion for today's study, that is product life cycle after approval in the US market for a generic product majorly. Uh, Before going to thanking all of you, I want to share the references which are not included in this slide. So you can refer the USFDA website for 21 CFR sections, as well as SUPAC guidelines. These are for scale up and post approval changes. As at the time of submission, the batch size for submission batches may be small or at pilot scale, and for commercial scale, the batch size increases at 10x, up to 10x. So if you are filing a submission batch or exhibit batch in an application for tablets, for example, it is 1,20,000 tablets. Uh, you can go to the commercial batch size up to 12 lakh, but you should for the scale up you should study all the parameters and equipment capacities and all other parameters that are affecting the product quality, and the relevant documentation should be submitted for the submission of commercial batches. Then this is called as SUPAC, that is scale up and post approval changes. So the guidances are available on US FDA website for in immediate release formulations, then modified release formulations, then semi-solid dosage forms, and then manufacturing equipment addendum. These are all available at FDA website. And other references are post approval changes to an approved NDA or ANDA. This FDA guidance contains all these annual reports, CB30, CB0, and post approval fast, that is prior approval supplement submissions, and what should be submitted or what change should be classified or assessed at high risk or low risk or moderate change. So these all guidances are available at US FDA website. I have referred that to, and all the changes or examples for the changes are also given there. Depending on new emerging change, you can file the relevant application. Do you have any questions?
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, all. I am Dr. Ashish Kulkarni, HOD Pharmacology. Uh, I sincerely thanks Dr. Reshma Kulkarni, madam, for her insightful session and for sharing her valuable knowledge and her experience in regulatory affairs. Now, I appeal faculty members and students, please ask your queries if you have, or put your queries in the chat box. Yes, faculty members, is there any queries, students? Yes, madam. We received one query from Dr. Pallavi Choudhury, madam, uh, asking what is the difference between a product life cycle and drug development pipeline.
Huge difference. Huge difference there is. Product life cycle is once you file a product after all the development and scale up that or pilot studies has been done. Uh, the product life cycle starts from when you file the dossier, and drug development pipeline is the development of that finished dosage form or a new drug product. Uh, the cycle or the route of this development is called development pipeline, and after approval you should maintain the product life cycle, like our life journey from its launch in market to its withdrawal from market.
Okay. Thank you, madam. Again, there is a one question from Dr. Sonali Mahapare, madam. How we can differentiate between high risk and low risk? So, what is
High risk and low risk means a change which can affect directly to the product launched products quality, safety and efficacy. And low risk is it does not, like for example, if there is a change in a manufacturing site or any composition or any excipients quantity or excipients quality, that is grade, which is used in the formulation, this change can affect the product quality directly. So this change is classified under high risk generally, and it should require prior approval from FDA to implement such change. It is related to components and composition of formulation, then manufacturing site change, then suppose you are increasing a scale or scale up or scale down, and any change in process, any manufacturing stage is deleted or any manufacturing stage is added, so it can affect directly to the on the product quality. So this is generally classified under high risk or moderate risk. And low risk changes are if specification or STP document is there for an excipient or an API. So for excipient, generally review period is 2 years or 3 years from the effective date, and the review date is after 2 years. So it should be updated after 2 years, and the document revision next revision number is given to the document, and such documents, updated documents, should be submitted in an annual report. If we refer to the product quality control data, the annually every product's first batch is loaded to the stability, because in an initial submission you have submitted all the stability studies for establishing the shelf life of product, and you are committing to authority to that we are maintaining our yearly one batch to for stability studies to maintain or to record the quality or shelf life throughout the product life cycle, and this change can be submitted in an annual report.
thank you, madam. Uh, Now there are no any further questions. If we received any questions from you, madam, we'll compile it and we'll get back to you, madam.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all of you,
Thank
for
you.
giving me the opportunity.
Again, I
And
would like to thank Ms. Reshma Kulkarni madam for such an informative sessions. Now, I would like to request our organizing team to kindly present the e-certificate to our respected speaker as a token of heartfelt appreciation and gratitude for sharing her valuable time, knowledge, and insights with us today. Thank you, madam. Please
thank you
accept.
so much. Thank you so
Yes.
much, all the faculty members and principals.
Thank you, madam. Now we are moving towards a conclusion session, that is a vote of thanks, and it's my pleasure to present a vote of thanks. Uh, so I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for making today's session of the National Webinar Series on Regulatory Affairs a grand success. First and foremost, I would like to sincerely thanks to our esteemed speaker, Ms. Reshma Kulkarni, for taking the time to share her valuable insights and experience. Your experience and practical knowledge have greatly enlightened all of us. Uh, I would like to extend my sincere thanks to our principal and convener, Dr. N.S. Vyawari sir, and our co-convener, Dr. Shilpa Chaudhary madam, for their constant guidance, vision, and support, which have been instrumental in organizing this webinar series successfully. A special thanks to our IQAC and organizing team for their timeless efforts in coordinating this event, ensuring a smooth and engaging session for all participants. Finally, I thank all the faculty, everyone who contributed behind the scene to make this webinar possible. I also express my gratitude to all the participants who joined us today, and their active participation is highly appreciable. So we hope that the knowledge and insights shared today by the respected speaker will inspire you in your professional journey. Once again, I thank all for your timely participation, and we look forward to your continued support in our futures. Uh, Thank you, madam, for this. And thank you all of you for your active participation for this webinar series. Thank you, everyone. All the participants are requested that your one quiz link is shared and a feedback link is shared in the chat box. So please do solve the quiz that is on the today's session to get your certificate. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, all of you. Thank you.
All of you, please, madam, please switch on your web camera so that we can have a group photo. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
So hereby I declare that today's session is concluded. So, madam, we can leave this today's session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. And once again, appreciating this initiative for introducing the industrial practices to students.
Yes, madam.
Academic level.
This is a current need, madam. That students should aware about this today's going on in the industries and about the regulatory. That is very
Yes,
important.
yes, sir. There is very much scope in this field, and many students can
Yes, madam.